6, 7, 8.
All right, guys, we're about to get ready to go live. Are you ready? Do you have your question asked? Did you ask your question below in the chat? Are you ready? Did you share this? Did you share this on your Facebook? Did you share this in a private group? Did you share this on Instagram?
I got 1, 2,
Are you ready to be a
3, 4,
participator,
5,
not just a
6, 7,
spectator?
8.
Hey, social media socialites. Look, we are about to go live in a few moments. But before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. And share this. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private Facebook group. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to text this. Text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram at E.DeanCole. Make sure that you add me so that I can see the support, show the support, and show the love.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're about to go live in a few moments, so get ready,
I got
okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ask your questions below. After you ask your questions, make sure that you share this. Share this on Facebook. Share this in a group chat. Share this right now with your baby daddy, with your baby mama. Share this with your wife. Share this with somebody who you know that wants to know how to build their business credit. Share this with somebody who wants to know how they can better their lives through entrepreneurship. This channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Share this to anybody who is interested in going and growing their business. Share this with them right now.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, we're about to get ready to go live. Are you ready? Do you have your question asked? Did you ask your question below in the chat? Are you ready? Did you share this? Did you share this on your Facebook? Did you share this in a private group? Did you share this on Instagram?
I got 1, 2,
Are you ready to be
3,
a
4,
participator,
5,
not just a
6, 7,
spectator?
8.
Hey, social media socialites. Look, we are about to go live in a few moments. But before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. And share this. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private. And we are live. Hey, what's going on, social media socialites? If you are watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole. I am a best-selling author. I am a business coach and a life coach, and I teach on economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. And we're going to be talking about how you're able to purchase a home with bad credit. So this is a live lecture, unlike anything you've ever seen before. So if somebody shared this with you, I want you to make sure that you hit that like button and participate with me, all right? So this is not like anything you've ever seen. I'm not just on here bumping my gums. I'm actually teaching truth to power, and I'm giving you guys a lecture on how you're able to purchase a home with bad credit in 90 days. And I'm gonna talk about first-time home buyer programs. Now, I want all of you guys to hit that share button right now, and I'm going to ask you guys to do the exact same thing. And I actually should bring your comments up on the screen, shouldn't I? I wonder if I can do that. I think I might want to bring your comments up on the screen. So give me a second, guys, while I try to figure this. And this is a live lecture, okay? So this is live. So bear with me for one moment. I see all of you guys are in the building. Let me share how I'm sounding. I think I might want to bring your comments up on the screen. The sound is good? It's kind of a little low. It's a little low. It's a little low. Let me go ahead and bring my sound up just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. So if you're watching this on the replay, this is a live lecture. And if you was like, Dean, I didn't know you were live. How come I didn't know you were live? Two things. Thing number one, you've seen my video before, but you did not subscribe. Or thing number two, if you did subscribe, you did not hit that notification bell. So when you subscribe, you have to make sure you hit that notification bell so the next time I'm live, you can participate as well. And I'm gonna shout you guys out. So if you're watching for the first time, I want you to say first time. If you are a client of mine and you're enrolled into my courses, we just had 2 new lessons upload today. Today has been a very busy day for me. I just got off of O'Shea Duke's Vlogcast Sunday Rumble. And before that, I uploaded 2 new lessons in our executive coaching as well as our 501c3 coaching. So if you're a client, I want you to say client. And if you are not a client, but you are a subscriber of mine and you're enrolled into my courses, I want you to say, if you are not a client of mine and this is not your first time, I want you to say family, all right? Now, if you are following me on Instagram, I want you to make sure you share this. Now, I'm about to share this right now on Instagram. I think I shared it everywhere besides, I shared it everywhere besides Instagram. I'm about to share this right now on Instagram. So the same thing I ask y'all to do, I'm going to do as well. I'm about to share this right now on Instagram. Link is in bio. Give me a second, guys. And I am going to shout you guys out. See who the first person was to chime in. And yes, I know that this is a long intro, and hey, this is a live lecture. You saw how long it was when you clicked on the video. You saw that it was live, so stop whining and complaining. This channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. So stop whining and complaining. I'm about to teach you how you're able to buy a house with bad credit in 90 days by using first-time loan program, first-time home buyer loan program. So give me a second while I share this right now on IG. Link is in bio. We are live. Boom. Make sure you guys check. Boom, we are live. Let me do this real quick. And the same thing I asked y'all to do, I'm doing the exact same thing. So I am about to share this on IG. And we are live. Hey guys, I am live right now on YouTube. Hit the link in my bio and come and check it out. I'm going to teach how you're able to buy a home with bad credit in 90 days by using first-time home loan buyer program. See you guys in a second. You guys see me doing this, so boom. This is what it takes. You guys want to be YouTubers? This is what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, I can't do that. That was a long link. So, and this is a long intro, so I apologize for that, guys. If you're watching on the replay, I promise it's a lot more fun when you're participating live. That's why I think I do want to bring you guys chat up on the screen so you can kind of see. All right, we have 122 people watching live right now. We have 52 thumbs up. Let all of you guys hit that thumbs up button right now. I am going to get right to this, guys. So give me a second. I got to copy this link and drop it on IG, and we are good to go. And I'm about to get in. Bam. That's it. And we're in. All right, guys. So we are teaching. I'm teaching live. So thank you guys so much for your patience. Like I said, if you're watching this for the first time, this is a live lecture. So I am a best-selling author, #1 best-selling author, business coach, life coach. I have an online course, and we teach on how you're able to build business credit that's separate from your personal credit. And we actually give you free credit repair in our course as a free bonus. And one of the most prevailing questions that I get asked often is, can you buy a house with bad credit, or a lot of people with quote unquote bad credit, they want to enroll into my course and they want to buy a house fairly quickly. So let's do a temperature check. All right, guys, like I said, this is live and I appreciate your participation. So the very first person to chime in live was Balloons and More Gifts, client of mine. It says, Dean, apparently you know a lot of people need this information. Absolutely. Balloon and More Gifts. Thank you so much for chiming in. So let's see who is all watching, who is all in the building. Thank you so much for participating. And listen, this is a live lecture, so I feed off of your energy. I'm going to ask you guys to comment. I'm going to ask you guys to chime in, and I'm going to teach on how you're able to buy a house with bad credit within 90 days. And we're going to talk about the first time home loan buyer programs. We're going to talk about it. So let's just do a temperature check, see who's all in the building. So Odyssey Holman is in the building. Hey, Odyssey, how are you doing? We got Frederick. Leslie is watching for the first time. Hey, Fred, how are you doing today? All right. We got Elijah Yarborough's watching for the first time. Hey, Eli, how are you doing? We got Lisa's watching for the first time. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing? We got Win M is a client. Hey, Win, how are you doing? Be Smarter is watching for the first time. Hey, Be Smarter, how are you doing? John is a family. Hey, John, how are you doing? Mauricio Anderson is family. How are you doing? Jason Soto is in the building's family. Hey, Jason. All right, Christopher Smith is in the building. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Precious, how are you doing? All right, we have Francie. Male lady is family. How are you doing? We got Carl Winters is family. Hey, Carl. We got a lot of people that is family that is watching. Thank you so much for chiming in. Last person I see that is a first timer is Justin Williams. Okay, Justin's watching for the first time. So we're going to talk about how you're able to buy a house with bad credit within 90 days. Now, let's do this. How many of you guys are watching right now? And even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with this content. I want you to participate with me as if you are watching me live, okay? It's going to help you recall the information, and it's a lot more fun. And if you hit that live chat, it's going to be just like you're watching me live. But how many of you guys right now are homeowners? If you are a homeowner, I want you to say owner, all right? If you're a homeowner, I want you to say owner. If you're not a homeowner, but you want to be a homeowner within 90 days, I want you to say, I'm next. I'm next, 2 words. I'm next. And if you are not a homeowner and you're not ready to buy within 90 days, but you believe that you are going to hit that goal and you're going to purchase your home next year, I want you to say soon. All right? So here we go. If you are a homeowner, I want you to say owner. If you are wanting to buy a house within the next 90 days, I want you to say, I'm next. And if you are not a homeowner and you're not going to buy a house within 90 days, but you believe that you're going to hit that goal of purchasing a home by next year, I want you to say, soon to be. I want you to say soon to be, okay? Let's see. We got a lot of people that said, I'm next in the building. Okay, that's good stuff. All right. Happy you, healthy you, first time watcher interested. Thank you so much for that. Happy you, healthy you. So Win M is a client of mine, is an owner. John is I'm next. Okay, that's good stuff. Happy healthy you is an owner. That's good stuff. All right, Damon says they're next. Okay, a lot of people are wanting to purchase a home within the next 90 days. So you're next. All right, so Clove Johnson is going to be purchasing a home soon. That's good stuff. Clove Eric says they're going to purchase one soon. Corey says soon. Okay, that's good stuff. Empress says that you are an owner. That's a dope name, by the way. All right, Quiet Seller says I'm next. Thank you so much for that. Louis V says I'm next. All right, thank you so much for that, guys. All right, so let's get into this. A lot of you guys say I'm next. I'm next. Now, I need for you guys to tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? Look at me. I'm your coach. Tell the truth and shame the devil, all right? How many of you guys who say I'm next, do you know what your credit score is? If you know what your credit score is, and if you're confident in saying what it is, it's just a number. 800, 600, 300, 400, say your score. If you don't know what your score is, I want you to say don't know. If you do know what your score is, but you're uncomfortable, it's okay. It's, who knows who's watching. I want you to say, I know. All right? So the very first thing is that if you're going to want to purchase a home with bad credit, you have to first figure out what the definition of bad credit is. I've been in banking and finance ever since I was 18. I stumbled into banking and finance. Actually, the way that I stumbled into banking and finance was actually through my mentor. I was working at MCI WorldCom doing extremely well as a young executive. and I wanted to buy my first house, and I happened to buy it from my mentor. He had a great deal. It was a 2-bedroom townhouse, and he allowed me to customize it. What he did was he advertised all of my clients that want to be investors, stay woke, and make sure that you get the course. We have a free course, This is only when you're a client. It's a free upgrade. It's not something that we're just giving out for free, but it's a free upgrade that's called The Power of Other People's Money. And I break down in more detail the strategy that we used when I was investing. But to do a backdrop of how I got into banking and finance at the age of 18 was he had a house. He bought a nice foreclosure, 2-bedroom townhouse on the east side of town. Anybody from Atlanta know where Wesley Chapel is, and there's this lake. I love water. As you guys can see, I always have water around me. As you can see, I always have water around me. I absolutely love water. And so this house that was on the lake, and he had advertised in Craigslist that he said, customize, first-time home buyer, customize your home, no money down. So I was like, what? And it was, I was in church. And I left church, and I was believing God. And I left church, and I went and I drove by and I saw it. And on the outside, you couldn't see too much of anything, but I gave him a call, and he showed me the inside of the house, and the inside of the house was jacked up. It wasn't horrible. It just needed new paint, needed new carpet. It needed new everything. It wasn't very, very bad. It was just old and dated. You dig what I'm saying? It was just old. It was not considered move-in ready. As an investor, it was considered move-in ready because it had everything that was needed, but everything was just dated. So he was like, hey, Dean, if you qualify for this loan, I will customize this house for you and allow you to get into the house, no money down. And he was like, you can pick everything out. So if you guys can't tell, black is my favorite color. And so I wanted, and the movie Belly had just came out. Let me ask, do y'all remember the movie Belly? Do y'all remember the movie? If y'all remember the movie Belly, I want you to say LOL. If you know the movie Belly, I want you to say LOL. If you don't know the movie Belly, I want you to give me 3 question marks, okay? If you don't know that movie, give me 3 question marks, okay? My beautiful fiance is watching. Hey, baby, she is out of town with her mama. I miss you so much, baby. Share. Thank you so much for that, Belle. My baby is watching. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to come and I'm going to read your comments. But first, I want to do a backdrop, and I'm going to come and read the comments for all the people that were participating with me. I haven't forgotten. And like I said, guys, if you want to participate with me as if you are watching me live, the best thing for you to do is for you to subscribe to me on YouTube so that you can participate. Now, anybody does a super chat, you're going to instantly get my attention, okay? I am actually, if somebody wants me to, if they do a super chat and they get my attention, I will break down your specific scenario, and I'm going to answer your questions, and I'll break down specifically how you specifically are able to get into your home. I'm going to teach how anybody's able to get into it within 90 days. But if you do a super chat, that's going to pop up at the top of the chat, and I'm going to read it. But don't do it yet. Wait till I give the okay. Wait till the end, okay? Because as you guys see, this is full of energy, and I don't want your super chat to go unnoticed. So wait until the end, and I'm going to read your super chats if you have something specifically that you want me to read. So a lot of you guys that remember the movie Belly, okay, a lot of you guys remember the movie Belly, right? So I was like, I want black card. He was just looking at me, and he was like, okay. And because I was 18 years old, he was trying to figure out who I was, why I was making $70,000 a year at MCI WorldCom at the time. And that's how I ended up getting into banking and finance. He became my mentor because he was impressed at how old I was. And I was impressed at the deal, and I just was excited about it. And come to find out he was a millionaire. I talk about him in grave detail. He is my mentor even to this day, one of my best friends, and to this day. I actually have a video I'm going to put up. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to do a pop out right here. And if you look in the comments, I'm going to tag a comment at the top of me riding around the city with my mentor, and he had like a check for $66,000 that just was laying in his car from a real estate deal that he did. And you're actually going to see one of his real estate deals. And on Instagram, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I go to his, he's doing a townhouse subdivision, and I actually show some of those things, and we just talk in those videos. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see those. But nevertheless, that's how I got into it. And so that's how I end up getting into banking and finance. So when I was in banking and when I was working at the banks, people would come in all the time and they did not know what they needed to get approved. All right. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Everything you need to get approved. I'm going to show you guys some secret tricks on how you're able to get into a house with bad credit, like I was at 18, getting into my first piece of real estate. And also, I'm going to show you guys how you're able to get into a house with no money down. So the same strategy that he used then, it still works to this day. There's some different nuances and some changes that I'm going to talk about. But nevertheless, that's what I'm going to teach you guys. By the end of this video, you'll be ready for that. So let's go ahead and look at some of these chats. I think I should put your comments up on the screen. So let's see. So the people that said I'm next, let's look at some of these scores. Doom, da, doom, da, doom, da, doom. All right. So Shay Smith said, you want bigger? Well, Shay, if you make sure you subscribe, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you are bigger and better. Okay, so Mike says a 720. That's good stuff. Mike, you ready to roll? All right, Be Smarter has a 530. That's good stuff. We can definitely help you get your scores higher. Yours is a 571. Daniel, that's good stuff. Thank you for sharing. All right, we have Odyssey was at a 560. That's good stuff. You're not far away at all. Moneybags Trucking at 615. Oh man, you're gonna love what I gotta tell you. He got a 615. All right, Damon is at a 580. Lavanda's at a 512. All right, so 8 Band says no, you don't know. And that's one of the number one things that happens when I was working at Wells Fargo. People would come in wanting to buy a house and they didn't even know what their credit score was. And so the very first thing is that the number one best-selling book of all time that taught me to be the best business coach I can be says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. It doesn't cost you any money. It does not hurt you. Whether your score is a 780, a 880, or a 180, you knowing it does not hurt you. A lot of times people are afraid to pull their credit. And if that's you, and you're watching this live or you're watching on the replay and you're bold enough to say it's me, I want you to say it's me. If you are afraid, if you are afraid, now not everyone is afraid, because as you can see, we have people's scores and people are sharing their scores. But some people, if they are afraid, I want you to say it's me, because I'm going to help you understand credit. And the main reason why people are afraid is because they don't know. And so I'm going to teach you on what it is that you need to know so that you can prepare yourself so you can do better. All right, so Carl says, I need your help. Thank you so much for watching, Carl. Make sure you subscribe so you can definitely get the help that you need. So there are 172 people watching live and only 76 thumbs up. The devil is a lie. I'm about to teach you guys all these tricks of the trade on how you're able to boost your credit and get a house in 90 days, and y'all just gonna participate. We have 100 people that are just lurking. Let's get up to at least 100 likes on this thing right now. Do we really have 100 haters? Wow, come on now, that's not good. We got 178 people watching and only 76 thumbs up. The devil is a lie. So let's look at some of these scores while a lot of people are in here. All right, so Frederick is at a 560, okay. You're really, really close. AB 87 is at a 656. You're right where you're good. Mr. Cole Deals is at 682. You're right where you need to be. We're going to talk about that. Byron is at a 582. You're so close. So close. All right, Carl Winters is at a 520. That's good that you know where you are. We can boost that 100. We can boost that by 200 points like it ain't nothing. All right, Anton is at a 720. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, Charles Houston is at 721. That's good stuff. All right, so a lot of you guys kind of know where your scores are, which is good. And there are some people who might not know. Okay, we got some more scores coming. 584, 664. John Tia says you're at 400. That's good. You're at 400 because now you know where you are. Now you know where you're gonna go. You ain't gonna go nowhere up. Okay, Fernando Jackson is at 584. Okay, so that's good. That's good that you guys know. So
The very first thing is this. If you want to buy a house with bad credit, the very first thing that you need to know is exactly what your credit score is, okay? Because if you don't know, and excuse me guys, it's kind of hot in the house. Like I said, I got these lights on me and I've been going all day. The AC just, the air conditioner is like set at like 70 something, and so it's warm in Atlanta. But nevertheless, let me focus. The very first thing is that you need to know what your scores are. Most people don't know what their scores are. The second thing is you need to know if you qualify, all right? Not everybody can buy a house in 90 days. You listen to these quote unquote gurus that's gonna lie to you to make it sound fly to you. Listen, I ain't selling you nothing, so I get to tell it to you all the way straight. It is better that you know now so that you can prepare yourself. Just because you don't qualify, and I'm going to let you know how you can qualify. You qualify to purchase a house by 2 ways, okay? Did you guys know that there are 2 main ways in which you qualify for a house? And I want you guys to participate with me. The 2 main ways you qualify for a house is credit and income. If you guys are with me, I want you to say credit and income. And I am about to make sure this AC is on so that I do not burn up here. And yes, this is a live lecture. So give me a second, guys. I'm about to make sure this AC is on. Give me a second.
Hey, social media socialites. Look, we are about to go live in a few moments. But before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. And share this. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private Facebook group. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to text this. Text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram at E.DeanCole. Make sure that you add me so that I can see the...
I needed to make sure that the AC was on, and the AC is gone. So forgive me, guys. Let's go ahead and look at these comments, okay? Yes, credit and income, all right? So there are 2 ways in order for you to qualify. You have to qualify through credit and income. So if somebody just says, oh, you got to have good credit, you got to have good credit. But if you are not employed, then you will not be able to purchase a home, okay? So just straight up and down. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you started your business, there's a lot of different advanced ways that, you can create income. If you are a CEO, you can start a business in 3 months. And if you do the business the right way, you can qualify for a home. But I'm not going to teach that on this, okay? This is for the first-time home buyer. That's a very advanced strategy. But I'm not going to teach that if you are self-employed and you haven't been employed for 2 years. So I need everyone to say 2 years. Now, if you are one of the individuals that says, I'm next, if you have considered quote unquote bad credit and you've been employed for 2 years, I want you to say 2 years, I'm next, okay? This is if you have been employed for 2 years, all right? Because I want to teach to the individuals who can actually get this information. For some of you guys that are following me for business credit, or you're following me for my social commentary and you just enjoy my personality, I appreciate that. But this tonight, I'm speaking truth to power, and I'm speaking into the lives of individuals that can purchase a home within 90 days. And one of their criteria is you have to be employed with 2 years, whether you are a 1099 employee and you have your tax returns for 2 years, you're good. Or if you are a W-2 employee, it doesn't matter if you make $20,000 a year, you can still purchase a home. It doesn't matter as long as you have a W-2 for 2 years. So if you guys are with me, I want everyone to say 2 years. So remember, there are 2 ways in order for you to qualify for a home. One is your credit and the other is income. There's some people that have 700 scores, 800 scores, and they can't buy a house because their income doesn't show that. A lot of entrepreneurs are like that. A lot of entrepreneurs, I had a client that was making $500,000 a year. I can break this down in a different video for entrepreneurs. If you want me to do something just for entrepreneurs and business owners, let me know on the replay. Don't let me know live because I don't want to get distracted. But on the replay, come in and say, do one for business owners. All right. So do one for business owners, 5 words. All right. So do one for business owners. If I can get at least 100 people that want me to do one specifically for business owners, I will teach on that. But this is for the everyday person that I'm teaching with tonight. So you have to be employed for 2 years, W-2 employee for 2 years, or 1099 employee for 2 years, or tax return for 2 years. So if you are one of those individuals, I want you to say 2 years, it's me. Okay, so here we go. We cooking. We still cooking with hot grease. We good. We cooking with hot grease. See, a lot of people don't think that they can qualify because they haven't been employed for 2 years. All right, that's good stuff. So Wayne is participating. Thank you so much, Wayne. Wayne says 2 years. Jason Soto says 2 years. All right, Adania says 2 years. Thank you so much for that. Elijah says 2 years. Thank you so much for that. Carolyn says 2 years. Thank you so much for participating. All right, Kanak, interesting name, says 2 years. I'm next. I hope I didn't butcher your name too much, but 2 years, I'm next. That's good stuff. T. Tracy says 2 years. I'm next. That's good. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. All right. So 2 years, I'm next. All right. That's good stuff. Christopher says 2 years, I'm next. 1.5 at current location. That's good stuff, Christopher. That's good stuff. You're good. Okay. So the very first thing is this: not everyone is going to qualify. So those people that can say, oh, you just got to get a good credit score. No, you're going to have income. So for everyone that has an income, you have to have a W-2 income or taxable income for 2 years. If you have a taxable income for 2 years, then you qualify for 2 of my favorite types of loans for first-time home buyers. These are the loans that's going to allow you to purchase a home in 90 days. So if you have 2 years of tax return or 2 years of W-2s, you qualify for my 2 favorite loans. Now, we're talking about how to purchase a home in 90 days. Most individuals, not everybody, but most individuals that are struggling with credit, they also struggle with having money down and having savings. So I'm going to show you guys the program that my mentor taught me, which is what I use, and this is going to allow you to purchase a home with no money down, okay? Now, remember, I said that I lived in Decatur, Georgia, which is when I purchased my first home. Decatur, Georgia is in the suburbs of the Atlanta area, in Decatur where it's greater specifically. And when I purchased my first home, I use this program that I'm going to tell you about. My first one. The first one is USDA. I want everyone to say USDA, all right? And I'm going to bring up the USDA loan program. Give me a second. I want everyone to say USDA. USDA. And I want you to participate with me, okay? As if you are watching me live, all right? Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to participate with me. USDA is one of my favorite loan programs, okay? And I'm going to bring it up so that you guys can see the USDA loan program. Give me a second while I bring it up.
Hey, social media socialites. Look, we are about to go live in a few moments. But before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. And share this. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private.
Okay, guys, let me bring up this USDA loan program. And this is a live lecture, guys. So this is live. This is live. So bear with me. Give me patience while I bring this up. Oh, come on now. It's giving me some problems. I want to share it with you guys. Oh, what do I need to do? I'm not in my office. I'm in my living room. Well, not my living room, I'm in my dining room. So my computer, I have my office computer. I have 4 screens up and I have all the stuff, all the fancy stuff. And so I just decided to do this from my dining room table, and it's not allowing me to bring it up. But give me a second, guys. I'm going to bring this up. Okay, guys, it's not letting me do it. Because I don't have my fancy setup from my office, I was kind of caught unaware. So I wanted to be able to share with you guys and show you what the eligibility is. I'm just going to read them to you. Is that okay? And like I said, this is a live lecture. You guys with me? So is that okay? Is that okay? I know I lost a good amount of you guys. So if you guys can, if that's all right, if you guys are with me, and that's okay, I want you to let me know. Let me know it's okay. I lost a good amount of you guys. I lost about 20 of you guys, but it's okay. Is that all right? This is a live lecture, okay? So it's okay if I just read them to you? I wanted to show them to you, but you know what I can do? Aha, I'm going to drop the link to where you're able to go for the eligibility so you can see it for yourself. Because as a business consultant, what makes me different from a lot of other YouTubers is the fact that me being a licensed business consultant, I have E&O insurance, which stands for errors and omissions insurance. All of my online courses, all our paid courses have 100% money back guarantee. What gives me the right to have the 100% money back guarantee is my errors and omissions insurance. So because I am a licensed business consultant, I have to be thorough. It's kind of like a boxer. If a boxer punches somebody in the street, he could go to jail for assault with a deadly weapon, just like with me. Or the best example is if a doctor if a doctor does surgery on someone and they do a botched surgery, you can sue them for malpractice. Same thing when it comes to me as a consultant. I have to be very thorough with the information that I provide. So I'm going to drop the link right here. And also, for if you're watching on the replay, I'm dropping the link in the top. If you're watching on the replay, I'll drop a link to USDA so you can see. Thank you guys so much for your patience and your participation. I just want to share it with you guys and show it to you. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate that. All right, Marcel Lewis gave me the emotion, the muscles, and the hundreds. I appreciate that. So yes, so my favorite loan, which is the best loan, and even you investors, okay, if you are an investor, you need to make sure that you familiarize yourself with the USDA loan. Let me tell you what's so cool about the USDA loan. The USDA loan is a loan program that's been given by the government that allows 100% financing. So that means that if you have 2 years of income and your credit qualifies, you can get into a beautiful house. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, it is brand new, built from the ground up, with no money down, right? So let's say this again. If you have 2 years of income, if you credit qualify, and I'm going to break down the credit qualifications for you, 99.9% of the time, you can get in a brand new home with no money down. If you guys are with me and you're ready for me to move forward, I want everyone to say no money down. This is my favorite loan program because of the no money down. The reason why it's my favorite loan program is because, like I mentioned, I lived in the suburbs of Atlanta. Let me do it. Let me wait for you guys. Let me slow down and wait for you guys so that I can see you guys are with me, okay? Because I know I left a lot of you guys. So let me slow down and wait for you guys. I don't want to teach too much. All right, we have 158 people watching live and 141 thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your participation. All the lurkers are gone away. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All these no money downs. Thank you so much. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to make a mind-muscle connection with this, and I want you to participate as if you're watching live. If you click on the live chat, you'll be able to see everyone's comments, okay? So, USDA, let's talk about that. Now, most people, not everybody, but most people, when they think of settling down or starting a family, they think of moving to the suburbs, right? If most people, now there's some people that want lofts and there's some people that want condos. For the USDA loan program, you will not qualify. All right, watch this. If you're wanting to be in the suburbs, if you're wanting to be like I live in the suburbs I'm in the outskirts or the suburbs of Atlanta. So when I'm leaving here, it takes roughly 30 minutes to get to the city, all right? But the cool thing about this is because of regentrification. Have you guys heard of regentrification? If you've heard of it, I want you to say, have heard. If you've never heard of it before, I want you to say never have. And I know I'm asking you guys to participate with me, and I appreciate you guys for doing so. We have a new client that just enrolled into the course. Oh, man. Harvey, I'm going to send you your voucher code right now. Harvey, congratulations for enrolling in the course. Oh, Jesus, give me strength. I'm all over the place tonight. Harvey, make sure that you get your voucher code tonight, Harvey. Okay? I'll make sure you get your voucher code tonight, Harvey. So a lot of people says never have, okay? So let's see. All right, so Maurice Anderson says have heard. All right, Doro says yes. All right, so Let's Get Money Together says have heard. All right, a lot of people says never have. So SFWN 203 says never have. Adonis S says never have. Iris Johnson says have heard. All right, Michelle McCoy says never have. Okay. All right, Fernando Jackson says never have. All right, Andre Wallace says never have. Okay, so what regentrification was is really so the way regentrification worked was this. Most people in the rural parts of town, in the suburb parts of town, they came into the city because a lot of homes, the prices were elevated because of taxes, and they started to fix up the areas. They started to re-gentrify the areas. And so a lot of people that were in the suburbs started to come to the city and try to fix those areas up because you can get homes pretty cheap. You can get a lot of trap houses. Like a lot of people get trap houses, which are houses that are abandoned bando houses, and fix them up. Then you get a good deal. All right. That is for the inner city limits. Now, the cool thing about that is because a lot of investors started to do that, a lot of the builders started to go further out and build these brand new subdivisions. Now, the cool thing about that is majority of the time, these subdivisions qualify for considered quote unquote rural or quote unquote underdeveloped areas. When the USDA started let me give you the history, and I really want to show you when the USDA loan program started. So the USDA loan program, I'm pulling it up so I can really show you guys. All right. The USDA loan program, it started, boom, boom, boom. Let's give you the exact date of when it started. This is very important because they did something that's called a plat map. So when they did the plat map, they did a lot of the areas that are now considered suburban. Let me ask you guys right now, how many of you guys live in a city or live in a town where it seems like they're building these nice, big, pretty subdivisions and it's a little further out of the city, but it's not too far away? And it seems like they're building these nice subdivisions that used to be like vacant land, that used to be farmland. Just because they're building on these farmland doesn't change the USDA plat map. If you guys have seen it, I want you to say seen it. And if you've seen it and you've seen some subdivisions that you would live in that is just a little bit further than the city, I want you to give me 3 thumbs up, okay? I want you to give me 3 thumbs up. Let me tell you exactly when USDA did their plat map. So they did not change the plat map. They did not change the plat map. So that's what's so great about these USDA loans, is because these loans, you only have to be employed for 2 years, and the credit criteria are fairly small. And the cool thing about it is that most new developers, they're building in the areas where you qualify. The USDA loan program, let me pull it up. The USDA loan program, it started in 1990. So in 1990, think about the landscape of 1990. So think about how much your city has developed since 1990. So it can be what people call the sticks. That's what we say in Atlanta. In the sticks, it was a lot of farmland, or a lot of rural area, a lot of underdeveloped areas that was considered rural. But in the plat map after 1990, they are actually considered eligible for USDA. If you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know, I want you to say didn't know. So a lot of you guys are looking at this. Thank you so much for that. Information Man is in the building. Peace, my brother. He was just on the Sunday Rumble with me. I'm here from O'Shea. Shirley Miller, thank you so much for that. We have 190 people watching. I want all 190 of you guys to hit that thumbs up button right now. We have 191 watching, and we have 154 thumbs up. So let's go ahead and look at this. So Ronnie Wilson gave me the thumbs up. Okay, so that means that you've seen in your city where they've done these developments and they've pushed. All right, Fernando is giving me the thumbs up. All right, so Frederick says all over chatting in Colorado. A lot of you guys are giving me thumbs up. All right, see it in Virginia all the time. All right, Marshall McCoy is giving me the thumbs up. Absolutely, thank you so much for that. All right, Dora Hammond says seen it. That's good stuff. Okay, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So that's good stuff. So all of that is great because you've seen it. A lot of these subdivisions, like the house that I'm in right now, was considered nothing but farmland, and so you can get $1 million homes. We're gonna talk about it. And qualify for USDA if you do it the right way. So that's the reason why USDA is one of my favorite loan programs, because with USDA, you're able to go into the suburban areas where most people want to be anyway, and you can get into a house with no money down. Now, let me tell you what the minimum credit score is. The minimum credit score is a 640, all right? Now, if anyone has a 520 to 640, you are in striking distance to buy a home in 90 days. If you have a 540 to a 640, even if you're higher than 640, I want you to give me 3 OMG faces, okay? If you are wanting to purchase a home within 90 days, if you are employed for 2 years, and you're from a 520 to a 640, you can purchase a home in 90 days, okay? If you guys, if you fit in that criteria, I want you to give me 3 OMG faces, okay? Give me 3 OMG faces if you fit in that criteria. All right, so Destiny says you did not know that. All right, so LaTanya says did not know that. All right, so Shirley Miller gave me the OMG. Shirley, don't say OMG. I want you to give me the actual OMG face. Give me that OMG, Shirley. Let me see that OMG. All right, guys, we had a little technical difficulties, but we are good. And this is a live lecture, okay? All right, thank you so much for that. Somebody gave me the the cool faces. Who was that? All right, Tueto gave me the faces with the glasses on it. You're not following the directions. You're not following the rules. Yes. OMG, that's good stuff. Look, all of you guys are in striking distance. You can easily get a home, no money down. If you have a 640, you've been employed for 2 years, and you can get a home in the suburban areas. Now, let's break this down. Now, like I said, if you're watching this live, come back and watch the replay, and I'm going to give you a link that will take you directly over to the USDA eligibility requirements. And the cool thing about it is you'll be able to see the map. And when you see the map, you'll be so surprised that a lot of these areas, that a lot of these well-established upper echelon gated communities are all once considered, in 1990 was considered rural farmland. And you can qualify for a brand new home with no money down. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the criteria. Now, remember, you have to be employed for 24 months. You need 2 years of income, whether you're W-2'd or you're 1099. All right, the second thing is your adjustable household income. Watch this. Your household income cannot exceed 115% of the area median income, okay? So think about this. Most people who live in the suburbs, not all, but most people who live in the suburbs are a 2-family home. Not all, they're a 2-family home. And it actually tells you that the income requirement for a 2-family home, your income has to be no greater on paper, all right, no greater than $82,700 if it's to 1 to 4 members in a household. So it has to be within $82,700 from a 1 to 4 member household. On paper, everything understood doesn't need to be said. What's on paper? Who are the people that qualify? I'm going to talk about that in a moment. All right. And then if it's a 5 to 8 member household, $109,000 to $150,000. Okay. So the average household income for one person that's qualified can't be above $82,700. If it's multiple people, $109,150 on paper. okay? So let's do a temperature check. All right, so how many of you guys right now that are watching me are married? We have 200 people watching live. We only have 177 thumbs up. Let's get these thumbs up to match the people that are watching live. So how many of you guys that are watching me right now are married? If you're married, I want you to say married. Now, these are the individuals, once again, that want to purchase a home within 90 days. Who qualify, all right? Because I'm teaching truth to power to you specifically. And I want you to share this in a group chat. I want you to share this in a text message, share this on Facebook, share this to somebody who you know wants to purchase a home. If they're renting and they don't think they can qualify, I'm gonna show you how you can get from that 520 to that 640 in 90 days, okay? We're showing you now, this is how you're able to buy a home with bad credit in 90 days. And I'm showing you the first time home buyer loan programs that are the best, and the best is the USDA. And I'm going to show you my second one next, okay? And then we're going to break it down a little bit more. They're actually three, but most people qualify. Anybody qualifies for the first one. Now let's talk about what the requirements are. For that, the income we said is $82,700. So let's see how many people. Let's see how many people are with me. Okay, all right. All right, so D the trucker is married. Good stuff. Mario is married. That's good stuff. All right, so Myron says, do you have a septic tank? Nope, I don't have a septic tank in my backyard. See, that's the thing. These developers that are building these communities, remember back in 1990, when they did the specifications, we have full plumbing. When a developer is building out, they build out the plumbing and everything else. So remember, back in 1990, that was a very good question, Myron. Back in 1990, they didn't think nothing about this. But then you have these big town developers, because of regentrification, leaving the city, going to 15 minutes from the city, which most people want to be. Like, I love being 15 minutes from the city because I can just shoot down to the city, do what we need to do, boom, drive back. So we have full plumbing. Remember, we're talking about 1990. We're in 2019. So think about all the development, okay, that has happened. The malls and the stores and the restaurants and the airports and the hotels. Think about that. So that's why I like this program so much, is because you can get a house in the most desirable side of town most of the time with no money down. Now, like I said, if you're trying to get a loft or you're trying to get like a fresh condo or a fresh townhouse, you're not going to qualify. But you can get a townhouse in the area, because there are some townhomes that are not that far away from where I am, but it's on the map is considered rural in 1990, but now it's the popping side of town. All right, so that's a very good question. All right, so Emmanuel is married. All right, Totu is married. Okay, a lot of you guys are married. That's good stuff. All right, E.DeanCole is single. All right, 8 Bands is married. All right, Be Smarter is not married. Okay, that's good stuff. Okay, so if your score is 720, then you're good. You must have chimed in later. So the minimum score is 640. Now we're talking about automatic underwriting. So this is very important. So I'm teaching truth to power. I'm teaching you guys the secret, okay, on how you're able to get a house in 90 days. So if your score is above 720, then you're good. The minimum is 640 for automatic underwriting. And this is very important. So this is the thing about it. When you look at the USDA loan program, they don't have a minimum score requirement. Watch this. When you look at USDA, there are some lenders that will go down to a 580. There are some lenders that will underwrite you without having to look at your scores at all. But we're talking about automatic underwriting, so you can be approved in 90 days, okay? So remember, if you're at a 520 or 640, you are in striking distance. The minimum requirement for automatic underwriting is 640. I'm gonna come back to that, okay? So that is a key point that's very important, but right now we're just talking about the income, all right? Now, a lot of you guys say that you guys are married, which is really, really cool. That's good stuff. Now, this is a caveat. For you guys that are married, if one partner's income qualifies, you don't have to add your wife or your husband to the loan. They can be added to the deed or the title. So God forbid, if something were to happen to you or to them, then you automatically get ownership through probate court. But if one spouse income is good and their credit is good, do not, I repeat, you do not have to add your spouse on the loan. They don't have to be on the loan, but they can be on the deed, okay? If you're with me, if you're with me, I want you to say with you, okay? So if you are with me, I want you to say with you, all right? If you're with me, I want you to say with you. If you're with me, I want you to say with you. All right. Love, who's that? Love Seat Shouty. Anywhere in the United States of America. Anywhere in the United States. Love Seat Shouty. Come back and watch on the replay, and you'll be able to see a hyperlink that'll take you to the map. Anywhere in the continental United States of America. Okay, you're with me, all right? You're with me. So now let's be wise about this, okay? Let's be wise. Now, ladies and fellas, if your spouse credit is better than yours, and their income is strong enough to qualify, put your pride to the side. You don't have to be on the loan, because at the closing table, you can sign something that's called a quit claim deed. A lot of people call it a quick claim deed because you quickly add somebody on, but the actual legal term is a quit claim deed. So now they're on the deed of the house, but they don't have to worry about the responsibility financially. Because check this out. If your husband, let's say your wife has a 720 credit score, the husband got a 520 credit score, you don't need to be on that loan, buddy. Listen, you can be on the deed. Let the loan be in your wife's name. Put your pride aside. You live in the house. It's still both of your guys' home. It's on the deed. You need to make sure that you be smart about this, okay? Now, ideally, I would love it if you got your scores up to a 640, which we could talk about. Like I said, we're going to talk about that in a moment. So both of you guys can be on the loan and the deed, but as long as you are on the deed, then you own it, okay? So, prime example about the deed. My fiance and I and my in-laws, we were talking about this weekend. What's the name of the really popular guy who just passed away? Lagerfield. Lagerfield left $2 million to his cat. All right? A whole cat. That cat was also on the deed of the property that he lived in. The cat can't get a loan, but guess what? That cat owns the property because the cat is on the deed. You got me? You guys are with me? So that's the reason why it's important for you guys to understand that if one person's credit is stronger, it's okay. Antonio, I'm going to answer your question after I get to that part, because you guys are asking me questions and taking me off my focus, okay? I wanted you guys to ask your questions at the end. So that's a very good question, Antonio. I'm going to answer it at the end, okay? And if I forget, you're going to have to ask the question again. I have to stay focused or else this video is going to be 2 hours long. All right. Yeah, Lagerfield. That's right. It's Iris Johnson. It's Lagerfield. Yes, Lagerfield. Karl Lagerfield. So when someone's credit isn't the strongest, it's okay as long as they're on the deed. And the quick claim deed to add them is around $150 to $200 in most cases. You can add them on the deed, but they don't have to be on the paperwork. Now, that also brings me back to the income. Stay woke. Let's say, for instance, if I am a teacher and I make $36,000 a year, and same thing with you, 50 Twin. I'm going to answer your question at the end, okay? I see the super chats, but I'm going to answer them at the end because I don't want to lose focus. If I am a teacher and I make $36,000 a year, and my husband is a professor and he makes $75,000 a year, combined with just the two of us, then that takes us over the median. So if there's this beautiful home that's our dream home, I'm not going to add myself to that loan to knock me out for income wise. Does that make sense? Are you guys, does that make sense? If it makes sense, I want you to say make sense, okay? If it makes sense, I want you to say make sense. So if you know the underwriting guidelines, the reason why us as a consulting firm, the reason why we have a 98% approval rating is because we teach the underwriting guidelines. You don't have to guess when you go to a lender. You don't have to guess when you go to submit a loan. If you know the cheat code, if you know for without a shadow of a doubt, you do A, B, C, you will be approved. And I'm showing you right now, do not make the mistake of adding more income than you need. And let's go over the income again, guys. So listen, now a lot of people say, well, Dean, my husband and my wife combined, we make $36,000 a piece, or we make $30,000 a piece. The average median income is $50,000. So that means you qualify, okay? All right, thank you so much for that. Makes sense. Good stuff. Thank you for participating. Frank Young says it makes sense. Thank you. Wayne says it makes sense. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for participating. Makes sense. Okay, thank you so much for that. Yes, it makes sense, all right? So if you make $30,000 and your wife make $30,000, combined that's $60,000. Remember, let's look at the income again. So it's important for you to know this. And it is not illegal, all right? It is not illegal. You do not have to disclose all of your income. You do not have to. It is your choice. You can be married to a person that makes $200,000 a year. But if you're using these programs and you understand these loopholes, I make $50,000, she make $200,000. Let's just use my little $50,000 and let's get our dream house. Okay, you have to put your pride aside when you're being strategic. And we're talking about how you're able to purchase a home with bad credit in 90 days. And we're talking about the first time home buyer loan program. So once again, 1 to 4 member family is $82,700. A 5 to 8 member family is $109,000. So because of this, you have to make sure that you understand if you qualify. All right. Now let's talk about automatic underwriting. Okay. Let's talk about automatic underwriting now. Automatic underwriting is my favorite as a business consultant and even as a loan officer, because what automatic underwriting means is that I am a physical person. I stack my file the right way, whether I work for a bank or I work for my own consulting firm, and I submit it into the computer system. So when a lot of people say, now let's do a temperature check. How many people have you ever heard say, it's hard for black folks to get approved for loans because they marginalize against us and they discriminate against us? If I'm a black man or I'm a black woman and they see I'm black on my loan application, they deny me. If you've heard that, I want you to say, heard it. If you have heard and you have still heard or believe that people deny you because of the color of your skin, or better yet, because I'm gay, because I'm a homosexual, or I am a homosexual man, or I'm a homosexual woman, and they hating on me, and so they deny me of my loan because I'm gay. If you've heard that, I want you to say heard it and give me 3 rainbows. Okay? If you've heard that, I want you to say heard it and give me 3 rainbows. I want to see them rainbows, okay? We're equal opportunity lenders around here. And so I want you to talk to me, okay? Let me know if you've heard that before, because my people perish for lack of knowledge. There's a lot of propaganda that goes around. Unfortunately, in the African American community, I have clients from all walks of life. I have clients that are Asian. I have clients that are Caucasian. I have clients that are Latino and African American. I'm called as a speaker specifically to the African American community. I'm called specifically for them. Every other culture and every other ethnicity, they can learn from me. I will not discriminate against you. I know that I am anointed to help you, but I am specifically called to speak to my people. So the reason why I'm saying that is because specifically to my people, we don't even apply. I know somebody right now with a 700 credit score. They've been working at the power company for 15 years, and they've been paying rent for 10 of those years, and are afraid to go get a house because they think they can't qualify because they're black. If you know somebody else that's like that, I want you to say facts 100. Say facts 100. I know somebody right now that's in the projects paying rent. They've been working on their job since forever. They got great credit, but are afraid to apply because of that myth. So let me tell you about automatic underwriting, okay? What automatic underwriting means is you stack a file. You submit the file electronically. It never goes before a physical underwriter. What they look for is your scores, If your scores are high enough, they look at your income. If your income is high enough, then they look at your loan program for your down payment. It's called AUS, Automatic Underwriting Engines, Automatic Underwriting Systems, and they are spit out an approval. It doesn't matter if you are 21 or if you're 71. It doesn't matter if you black, white, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. They don't look at your ethnicity with AUS. Now, when you're dealing with a manual underwriter, can they do it? Yes, they can. But what happens is that in the African American community, we aren't teaching you how to be financially fit, so you don't have to go through that extra scrutiny. That's what this channel is dedicated to. That's what I specialize in. I specialize in teaching economic empowerment through entrepreneurship, money-making motivation, so that you can be financially fit, so you don't have to go through those extra hurdles. So yeah, if you have a 520 credit score and you don't want to fix your credit, and you try to go apply, then somebody might look at you sideways because they're from a different side of the tracks as you. That has its place. At the same time, I teach AUS, and with automatic underwriting engine, they don't see. All they see is numbers. What I say, men lie, women lie, and numbers don't lie. Okay. If I taught you something new, if I taught you something new, I want you to say wow. If I taught you something new, if you never knew that, I want you to say wow. If I taught you something new, I want you to say wow. All right, so Ronnie Wilson says facts 100. Thank you for participating. All right, Fire Goddess says facts 100. Thank you so much for participating. All right, facts 100. Look at all these people who you know that are bound because of ignorance. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Because they don't know better, they can't do better. Look at that. Look at all these people. Because they don't know better, they can't do better. Thank you so much for participating. Absolutely. Wow. Okay, that's good stuff. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. All right. PBJ Travel says, wow, in my Gucci Man voice. All right. PBJ says, wow, in my Gucci Man voice. Yes. So this is the reasons why I teach automatic underwriting. This is the reason why we have a 98% approval rating as a consulting firm, because we teach you how to go through the system. Do your check off, boom, then you go. We teach you that. That's what we teach you. And I'm teaching you right now how you're able to buy a house with bad credit. Now, let me tell you why this is important. So a gentleman just said, what if I have a 720 credit score? Watch this. Watch this. If you are 21 years old, you've been working at Taco Bell for 2 years, ever since you was 18 to 19, let's say for your 21st birthday, all right? Working at Taco Bell. You don't have nothing really on your credit report. You don't really have nothing on your credit. You really don't have a whole lot of credit, right? If you have a 720 score with something that's called a thin file, when you go through manual underwriting, you will be red flag. But if you have what's considered a thin file and you go through AUS, automatic underwriting, you will be approved. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you could purchase a seasoned trade line, so if you have a 520, 580, a 600, 620, 640, you can purchase a seasoned trade line and it's going to boost your score anywhere from 150 to 20 points. If you purchase a seasoned trade line that's added to your profile, your scores will jump anywhere from 150 to 200 points just by adding on seasoned trade lines, which are 100% legal to do. So this is the reason why if you're wanting to purchase a home within 90 days, you can do that if we talked about the criteria. You have 2 years of income and you're in striking distance. The individual that has a 400 score, you ain't gonna be able to do it. I love you to life. Let's see why you're at that 400 score. Let's try to get you in there in 6 months to 12 months. If you are at that 500 score, I love you so much. Let's figure out what got you to the 500. Let's clean some things off your credit report. Let's get some items removed and let's try to get you in there. Watch this. If you're at striking distance, You don't have to remove anything off of your credit profile in order to hit that 640. If you're at striking distance, you can add a seasoned trade line and boom, you qualify because of the AUS system. Now, if you're at like a 620, you can qualify for the next program I'm going to talk to you about. But at 640 for the 100% program, you need to be at a 640. You're at striking distance. You're good to go. All right. If you are with me and you're ready for me to go to the second loan program, I want you to say with you. Okay. So first-time home buyer programs are great. The top first-time home buyer programs, USDA is my favorite because they're all over the United States of America. Most of the time when people want to live in the suburbs and they want to live in nicer areas, they qualify because of the area. I know some developers that will go and do home buying seminars, get people that are in striking distance, and they'll say, we'll build a house for you from scratch. You design it as long as you qualify. They do so. You get the house of your dreams. They make $30,000. Win-win situation. The reason why they make $30,000 is because, let's say for instance, they build a house and the house might cost $100,000 or $130,000. It costs them $100,000 to build. They made $30,000 in 90 days. This is just round numbers off the top of my head. All right, just round numbers off the top of my head. So that's why that is my favorite one, because that's the loan program that we use to do that very same strategy, my mentor and I, as well as it allows you to, as long as you're in AUS, as long as you're in automatic underwriting, you're in striking distance, you're good to go. They don't ask any questions with the USDA because they want those loan programs to grow. Now, let's talk about my second favorite one. My second favorite one is HUD 100. I want everyone to say HUD 100. If you're with me and you're ready to go to the next point, I want you to say HUD 100. Even if you are watching on the replay, I want you to participate with me as if you're watching me live, and I want you to say HUD 100, okay? I want everyone to say HUD 100, okay? HUD 100. My second favorite is HUD 100. Let's see who the first person to say HUD 100 is that's participating with me. First person to say HUD 100 was HUD 100. First person to say HUD 100 is Leslie Riven. Leslie. First person was Leslie Riven. Is that how you pronounce that? Leslie Riven. Leslie Riven was the first person. All right, let me go ahead and look at some of these super chats, guys. So give me a moment because I don't want to. I know people was asking super chats and I told them to wait, but while we're waiting for you guys to go, I'm going to go to the next one. I want to answer the question. So, Antonio says, "Peace, my brother. Great show, very educational." To the hyperhidros, what? Okay. Okay, good stuff, Antonio. Okay, I appreciate that, my man. Dean, I missed a lot. If so, I will watch the replay. Okay, awesome, 50 twin. Okay, that's good stuff. Okay, good stuff. All right, you guys are with me. Okay. All right. So PVJ, they asked which one they check. They check your FICO. The FICO is the third score. We have three scores. We have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They check all three. The one they go off of is what's considered your middle score. It's not middle in position, it's middle in value. Okay. So they check your FICO, which is all three of your scores. They go off of whichever one is the medium in value, not the lowest, not the highest, but the middle. So that means if you have a 600 low score, all right, let's do it. Let's do this. I'm about to get into the next topic, the HUD 100. But to answer this question, I want all of you guys to participate with me. If Equifax is 600, if TransUnion is 680, and Experian is 645, what is my middle score? Let's do it again. If Equifax is 600, TransUnion is 680, and Experian is 645. What is my middle score? Type it down in the chat. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with me as if you're watching me live. And the next time I'm live, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell so you can participate with us as well. This is free. It's free 99. I'm teaching truth to power on how you're able to buy a house with bad credit in 90 days. And we're talking about first-time home buyer program, okay? All right, so first person to participate with me was a Money Bags Trucking, 645. Thank you so much for that. Yes, 645. All of you guys are right on it. You guys are sharp tonight, paying good attention. Thank you so much for that. Eric Dodley says 645. That's good stuff. That's right. 645 is the middle score. Is the middle score? All right, this is my, okay. It's a middle score in numerical value, not in position. Sorry about that, guys. This is live. Okay. That's right. 645 is the middle score. Absolutely. 645 is the middle score. That's good stuff. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. 645 is that middle score. Good stuff. You guys are right now with me. So my second favorite is HUD 100. Now, what is HUD 100? So HUD 100 is a loan program that allows you to get into a home with $100 down. Okay? It allows you to purchase a home with $100 down. The reason why HUD 100 is a great program is because most of the time, you're going to get a great value for that, because a HUD 100 home is a home that was once an FHA mortgage. Now, the very best mortgage that you can have on earth is an FHA mortgage. What most people don't realize, FHA stands for the Federal Housing Administration. Federal Housing Administration is the best loan that you can have, God forbid, because get into hard times, if you get into an accident, if you go through a divorce, if you go through a financial hardship, if you lose a loved one, or if you get downsized or lost your job, or you file bankruptcy, all those things, you can go, in most cases, up to 24 months without making one mortgage payment, and you keep your home because of something that's called mortgage insurance. If you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know that, I want you to say OMG. All right? If you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know that, I want you to say OMG. So HUD 100 is a very good program because it allows you to purchase a FHA home that's been foreclosed on for $100 down. And so it allows you to purchase that home for only $100 down. And the cool thing about it is that FHA foreclosure, okay, so Myron says the best is conventional. Well, Myron, you are entitled to your opinion, sir, but based on what I know, it is not the best because you have to put so much more money down. It's more difficult to qualify. And for my community, the best for my community, Myron, is FHA for that very reason, because the rain is going to come. Hard times happen. And so because a lot of people get into hard times and they fear losing their home, then you're good to go. So you're entitled to your opinion, Myron. I really appreciate you for watching. A lot of you guys saying OMG, thank you so much for that. All right, so Charlotte says knew that. Thank you so much for that. All right, Myron says facts. Okay, so I'm a little confused if it's facts or if it's, well, nevertheless, okay. All right, so Phoebe says knew that. All right, most of you guys says OMG. Thank you, good stuff. Thank you so much for participating. OMG. Who says knew that? Who is that? TC Management says knew that. Thank you so much for that. So that's the reason why I think for a first-time home buyer, it is great, because people have a lot of fear of purchasing a home. And by you having mortgage insurance, it gives you that sense of security if something bad were to happen to you financially, and you can stay in your home for 24 months. But that don't mean that you can buy a house, never make a mortgage payment, never pick up the phone, run around to Vegas, turn up in Atlantic City, spend all of your money on other things. No. Legitimately, if you get into hard times, you're able to do forbearances, you're able to do modifications, you can do a myriad of modifications. You can do up to 2 modifications in a 12-month period, because the idea is for them to help you with your home and help you keep your home. That's the reason why I love FHA. Now, HUD 100 is great because HUD 100 are homes that you're able to purchase with $100 down. And these are homes that have been fixed up. They meet HUD standards and HUD criteria. And a lot of these are those trendy townhomes in the city. A lot of these are for inner city. Now, the next program that we're talking about is FHA. It doesn't matter if it's a condo or a loft, if it's inner city or out of the city. If you qualify with a 620 score, we're talking about AUS, automatic underwriting. If you now let me fall back. Make sure you guys are with me. So HUD 100 is my second favorite because HUD 100 is a home that you're able to purchase with $100 down because it once had an FHA mortgage attached to it. And so that is my second favorite for a first-time home buyer, because like we talked about, most people with bad credit, or most people who are trying to buy a home for the first time, doesn't have a lot of money to put down. Like Myron talks about having to put down 20%. The average, my demographic that watches me, of the 23,000 that watch me, might not have that. Now, some that might watch Dave Ramsey, or some that might watch Susie Orman, or some that might watch Robert Kiyosaki, they might have that, and their grandfather Jesse or their grandmother Mary Lou probably passed that down to them. But for me and my demographic, a lot of us don't have that, okay? So that being said, HUD 100 is great because it allows you to purchase a home with $100 down. Now, HUD 100 is an overlay for FHA. So now I want everyone to say FHA. So now we're talking about my third favorite, which is FHA. FHA and HUD 100 have the exact same criteria. So these are going to be lumped in together. So I want everyone to say FHA, all right? I want everyone to say FHA. I want everyone to say FHA. All right, FHA. So the first person to say FHA was Quincy. Thank you so much for that. Quincy says FHA. Second person was Maurice Anderson, says FHA. Thank you so much for that. My baby Bell says FHA. Thank you so much for that. FHA. All right. FHA. All right. FHA, Federal Housing Administration. Now remember, USDA, the minimum FICO to go through automatic underwriting with no issues is 640. FHA, the minimum criteria is a 620. Okay. So you can be at a 620 mark and go through smooth. Same 2 years of income. All right. Now the difference is with FHA, just the difference of 20 points makes somewhat of a difference. So this is the difference: $100 down versus no money down, having to get a certain type of home versus getting a very big, broad spectrum of home. Now let's talk about down payment. Now with FHA, you're going to need 3.5% down, okay? Now, with an FHA, you can buy a loft, you can buy a condo, you can buy a house up to $500,000 in most cases. You can buy anything you want. You're not bound by a certain demographic area. You're not bound by a certain type of program. If you have 3.5% to put down, you qualify. So now this is for the people that do qualify, okay? I just want to be honest, all right? Let's see. All right, now I just want to see now. Now, if this is you, this is you. If it's not you, it's okay. We'll get there. So of all the people that's been working, all right, how many of you have $5,250 saved up? Whether it's in a 401k, or it's a Roth IRA, or it's money under the mattress. And if you don't feel comfortable saying you do, just, you ain't, I don't want you to put your business out there. I understand, because some people use their real names on YouTube, like I use my real name. And if you don't want people to know your business like that, that's fine. I understand that. But let's say for the ones that don't have a problem with that, I want you guys to see right here, $5,250, okay? And you can do that in a 401k or Roth IRA. You can do that in a money market account. It can be money under the mattress. It can be, if you have $5,250, I want you to say racks. Just say that, racks. If you got it, I want you to say racks. And even if you don't have it, but you are believing in God that you do, and you want to speak it into existence, I want you to say racks. I want everyone to say racks, 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 racks. All right. All right. So Kenny says, yep, I'm ready. That's good stuff. All right. Adam says, yep. All right. Undella says, I do. I do. That's good stuff. Money next to my gun. So Totu says money next to my gun. All right. All right. Rushado says I do. All right, there we go. Rax. Who's first person to say Rax? First person to say Rax was Shape World. Okay. Shape World says Rax. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for participating. Rax, 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 Rax. So if you have $5,250 in a 401k, let me make sure I do this right now. You have $5,250. Whether you have it in a 401k, or you have it in a Roth IRA, or you have it next to your gun, you qualify for a $150,000 house anywhere. Did you know that? For everyone that said Rax, if you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know that, I want you to give me the hand raised emoji. Let me tell you the reason why. A lot of people think you got to have $10,000 and $20,000 and $30,000, and you got to have $50,000 to put down. Most people don't know that they've been on their job. Remember, these people that got 700 credit scores, been working at the gas company for 10 years. They got a 401k that's just sitting with like $10,000 or $15,000 in it, because they get their little 401k out of that money, comes out of their check. They have it, and it goes with their 401k. They didn't know. A lot of people don't know. All right. So Anton, that made my day. Anton did not know that they qualified. That just blessed my soul. Who else just blessed my soul? Sheets something. Young lady gave me one hand up. That blessed me. All right. Lewis W, hand raised. Quincy, hand raised. Girali, hand raised. Phoebe, hand raised. That just blessed my soul. You can go and purchase a $150,000 house anywhere you want to go. You meet the criteria. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be stuck where you are. You can begin building wealth right now. The reason why people don't have it is because they don't know it. And that's the reason why I teach like I teach on YouTube. All right, so let's talk about you guys specifically. All right. I'm about to get ready to go. I've been live for a long time. I have videos that I need to edit for my online course. I'm going to eat my my Olive Garden, but I want to answer. I'm going to answer 5 super chats, okay? So you guys give me 5 super chats. I'm going to answer your super chat right now. I wanted you guys to wait to the end. But basically, all of these people, hand raised, Quiet Storm, Fire Goddess, you guys qualify. So I walked you all the way through no money down to having to put down 3.5%. You qualify. The average home is $150,000. That's a beautiful home. You can get a house on a basement. You can get a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. You can get a 4 or 5 bedroom house. You have options. And like I said, you're in striking distance if you're at that 520 to 640. USDA is my favorite. My second favorite, HUD 100. Third is FHA. You have 3.5% to put down. All you need is a 620 and you're good to go. So I'm gonna answer 5 super chats, and I'm gonna be out of your way. So 50 Twin says, is there a way around the 2-year work history part to qualify for a loan? So 50 Twin, if you are self-employed, yes. Like I said, if you are self-employed and you're watching this on the replay, or even if you're watching me live, after the replay comes up, I want you to come back and leave a comment and say, do one for business owners. 5 words. If you want me to talk about how you're able to purchase a home for the first time as a business owner, I'll do a separate teaching on that. But if you are, the reason why I say that is because most entrepreneurs have a problem with their finances, and that's a video all within itself. So if so, I want you to come back. All right, so Toet says 150,000 is a tool shed in Cali. Well, guess what? That's the reason why you make so much more money. And if you should have a lot more than $5,250 to put down. Now, I know you're in California, but the 30,000 of people that follow me and watch me are all over. So it's subjective, okay? So I understand that Toetu, that's not a lot for you, but your income is different. So that means that 9 times out of 10, if you're in California, you probably have 10 or 15,000 already sitting or stacked up. Okay, so 50 Twin, come back and leave that comment, and I'm going to answer that for you guys, okay? So I'm going to answer that for you guys. All right, so Rod says ATL 150 is good. Absolutely. In a lot of places, 150 is good. Absolutely. And subjective too. A lot of people might have a lot more saved up. It just is what it is. All right, so can I get funding from an old shelf LLC for 7 years? Absolutely, Maurice Anderson, you can. So if you have a LLC, y'all gonna make me teach this now? I'm not gonna. But to answer the question, yes, I'm gonna do a separate video. So you guys are asking these questions. I'm gonna do a separate video specifically for entrepreneurs. And I know I teach about business credit, and most of you guys follow me for that, and I understand that. But yes, you are able to use a shelf corporation and do that as well, which is the best way to go. And then there's a lot more ways to do no money down. There's probably 15 more ways to do no money down if you go through an LLC, a shelf corporation. Very good question. All right, guys, 2 more questions, and I'm going to call it a night. All right, so Chocolate Bunny says, start out small and work your way up. Crawl before you walk. Absolutely. All right, Carolyn D says about income requirements. Once again, you have to be employed for at least 2 years. All right. And if we're using the model of 150,000, the average person that makes over 30,000 a year qualifies. You have something that's called debt to income ratio. So it's called a front end ratio and a back end ratio. What happens is that the underwriters, the automatic underwriting engine is going to look at your back end ratio. Now, these are things that go into your debt to income ratio. Your car note, your credit card bills, student loans if you have them, personal loans. Your cell phone does not count. Your cell phone does not count. Your life insurance does not count. Your car insurance does not count. Your cable bill does not count. Your light bill does not count. Whatever shows up on your credit report, they take your income, and then they also take your future mortgage payment. It's called PITI. I want everyone to say PITI. I want everyone to say PITI right now. PITI. It stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. I want everyone to say PITI. All right. This is going to be the last question, guys. I want everyone to say PITI. I want everyone to say PITI. PITI. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. I want everyone to say PITI. Thank you so much. First person to participate that says PITI was Odyssey. PITI. So what they're going to do is they're going to take your income plus whatever monthly payments that show up on your credit report, plus your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, your PITI, and you want to be at 45%. 42% is the sweet spot. 45% is like the maximum. So the maximum of your debt to income ratio on your back end, not your front end, but your back end, they want you to be at around 42 to 45%. All right, so the last question is from 50 Twin. He says, can you use the same to flip a house, and is the loan deposit to your personal account to do it, go directly to the house you find? 50 Twin, I don't understand that question, my man. Rewrite that question. Rewrite that question without doing a super chat in the comments so that I can understand after the replay, because I know you're trying to fit all the characters in there. But you know you're going to use a different strategy. If you're trying to flip a house, you're going to use a different strategy. If you're trying to flip a house, the ideal would be to know who is purchasing your home and have them qualify for a USDA loan. When you acquire the property, there's a different type of loan programs that are available for you. So it's a different type of strategy. So when we talk about consumer, and then that's the reason why I did not want to talk about business on this video, because it's going to confuse people. Because business is completely separate from personal. All right? I want everyone to say personal. So all of this is for personal credit. Everything that I just talked up until I answered someone specifically is for personal credit. I want everyone to say personal credit, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys follow me for business credit and people are asking questions. I want everyone to understand what I just taught is for personal credit. That's why I said I'm going to do a completely separate video for business credit. Thank you so much, Odyssey, for participating. Odyssey says personal. Maurice Anderson says personal. Jason Soto said personal. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Lewin says personal. Thank you so much for that. So listen, guys, don't try to stick a square peg in a round hole. I create content for you. This is why I want you to participate with me. If you guys want it, I'll create it, but don't try to force it. That's how people get in trouble. So I'll do a completely separate video where I talk about the vicissitudes of purchasing a home in your business. Then if you want me I could talk about how to flip, on how to buy and hold. But I have to teach specifically on one subject per video because I am a licensed business consultant and people get confused. Even though it's videos, people get confused, okay? So I have to do it. So this entire video was talking about how you can use your personal credit and how to buy a house with bad credit within 90 days and use first-time home buyer loan programs. I'll do a separate video later on this week where I'm talking specifically about how you're able to do it as a business. Listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know it, you can learn it. If you have not yet met them, you can meet them. If you haven't developed the character, you can develop it. Stay woke. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.